Okay, this is finally happening. I'm heading to Ukraine. Step one, fly to Poland. Let's get it done. Happy days. We're in Poland. Hey, buddy. Hey. This is Piotrek.
Hi.
Hello. Piotrek owns a transport company and he is providing two of our vehicles, which is amazing. And we are just talking about how we're going to make this work. And then Tomek and I are going to do some serious shopping and we're hoping to go to Ukraine tomorrow. So this is the local school in Gliwice. Hello. Hello. And I have found to my surprise that they have laid on a feast in my honour, I think, which is pretty amazing. So here we are. So we're here in the school. This is the headmaster. And last time I was here, he presented me with a star. And he's just made my day. He's given me a second star, which is amazing, which is fantastic. Thank you. Sorry, you were saying about the children at the school.
Yeah, we adopted here about 30 children from Ukraine, and they feel like in a family here. At this table, you can see half and half Ukrainian, half Polish children, and they really treat each other like a family, and they don't want to go anywhere. They want to stay here, and they feel really comfortable and really good, and they are great.
We're looking for some discounts to get as much as we can.
Quite right. I am playing an absolutely vital part in this process. Not. How are you doing?
Hi.
What's your name?
My name is Radek.
Radek. I'm Phil.
Hi, Phil.
So Radek, you coming with us to Ukraine?
Yes, sure.
Brilliant. He's got a refrigerated truck, so we can take some cold stuff. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Radek, delighted that you're joining us on the trip. What does your wife think about going to Ukraine?
She don't know yet about my trip to
She doesn't know. And we're going tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Okay. What...
Wejdą 3 na wzdłuż?
Ja mam jeszcze jedno.
Well, it's been an unbelievable day. It's now 11 p.m. Polish time, and I am staying in someone's house. I'm staying in Piotrek's house, who I hadn't met before today, hadn't spoken to before today. I knew of him, but that was it. Turns out he's an absolute legend, and he's just brought a wealth of experience to selecting what we're going to buy and how to load the vehicles. And it's just been, and he's done the route before. It's brilliant having him on board. And he invited me to stay in his house tonight, which is great. And we're getting up at 4:30 in the morning, on the road at 5. Today's been a roller coaster, but in a really good way. I did the tour of the school, which was just lovely and completely chaotic. That was great. I met Piotrek. Obviously Tomek was liaising the whole time, and he's been here all day as well, which is great. Also met this guy called Ratchek, who's bringing a refrigerated van with him, and we loaded up his van. He didn't know that he was going to be coming until lunchtime today. His wife may still not know. But he's coming. So we've got a total of 3 vans. 2 vans have been loaded with money supplied by all of you wonderful people back in the UK. Thank you. And there's some really good stuff in there. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds of really good quality food, which is amazing. People from Poland have also chucked in stuff. We've got medical things from various people. People have just lobbed things in there as well. And then the third van, Piotrek, has filled with other stuff that he was going to take anyway. Tomorrow morning we're going to a hospital. We're picking up many £1,000s worth of morphine, which is coming to the end of its life, and we're taking it to Ukraine, where it will be sorely needed. And then we're crossing over. So tomorrow morning we are crossing over into the border. How do I feel about it? It's a tricky one. I mean, I feel like I've joined this band of brothers here. There's a real camaraderie sense in the team, which is just wonderful. I am obviously nervous about going into Ukraine, but I'm excited that finally, after all the planning and all the talk, finally we're actually gonna deliver some food to these people and make a difference. Yeah, and that's what I need to remember. I need to remind myself why I'm here. What is it I'm trying to achieve? It is to make a difference in this country to those people who are going through a nightmare. So I can't wait to go. I can't wait to start. I can't wait to do it, and I also can't wait to get it done and finished, so that my wife can stop worrying about me. Yeah. Anyway, to bed. I've only got about just under 5 hours of sleep, if I go to sleep right now. So I better get on with it. Good morning. We are in a hospital near the border, still in Poland, and the hospital is donating all of this. All of that is morphine, this sort of stuff. So it's close to its sell-by date, and rather than wasting it, they are sending it to injured soldiers, which is amazing. Almost at the border now. We're about 100 meters from the border now. It's pretty much lunchtime. We spent an extra hour this morning going to a pharmacy to get some medicine for a patient, a glaucoma patient, so some eye medicine. So that was vital, but it did take up an hour. We've refueled. Unfortunately, we've just heard on the news that a major shopping centre has been hit by rocket strikes in a city which is quite close to where we're actually going, which has certainly focused our minds and made us very concerned, obviously. Anyway, we're here, we will press on. Andrew, hello. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Very good to see you. Andrew is, we've just crossed over to Ukraine. Andrew's joining us. He's brought his van, so we're unloading from this van into here. So it's a big moment. Thank you. And where's this is Sergey?
No, this is Andrzej.
Andrzej, hello.
Andrzej.
So Piotr tells me that you are a good man.
Yeah.
And I've got a little
Present.
Hold on.
Present ma do ciebie.
I've got a little present for you from the people of England. This is for you. $100. Thank you.
On the way to Zhytomir. Under control, everything was good. Perfect. Yes.
We're filming. Sergey. Hello.
Hello.
Philip.
Nice to meet you.
Sergey's our fixer, I guess.
Yeah. And Philip is sponsor.
And I'm the sponsor. Here is Poland. That is Belarus, and then Ukraine is over here. We started in Katowice, drove to the Medica border crossing, skirted around Lviv, and then the city of Zhytomir is here, which is quite close to Kyiv. That is something like 800 kilometers travel. We've just unloaded the van, one van, downstairs. Everyone's a bit hot.
Już skończyła? Skończona obiad? Nie, przerwa.
All of this,
Zobacz, ile tego masz, cholerę, nie?
all of this has just come out of one van. This is an underground bunker storage. And then loads will be taken out of here in a more organised way tomorrow. 11:30 at night, and we're in Sergei's flat with his family. Hello. And dog. And we're going to have dinner.
Слава Україні! Героям слава! Sorry, przepraszam, ja już jestem...
Good morning. I am speaking to you just outside the hotel where we stayed last night. Sergei's wife had laid on dinner, as you saw, but it was a proper three-course meal. I think it was the most unexpectedly wonderful occasion that I've ever been part of. The food was delicious, the hospitality was just exceptional. Nothing was too much trouble. It was wonderful. So uplifting. Sergei then drove us across just a little bit across town. It was curfew at the time, so no one's allowed out, but somehow he got around it. I think he's a well-connected guy. We then got to this lovely hotel. I'll show you a few shots of the hotel. Basically, it's a nice hotel. It's like a nice Western, what you would think of as a nice Western hotel. And this came as a complete surprise to me. You think you're in Ukraine, everything must be bombed out. Clearly that's not the case, it's a massive country. But it was the normality of the occasion which was the most shocking thing. We stayed in a nice air-conditioned room. I've just had a nice continental buffet breakfast. And yet here we are in this, what is technically a war zone. What's the plan for today? We're going to go back to the bunker place where we stored the supplies in one vehicle last night. We're also going to be going to the, so we'll see a little bit of Kyiv. We're also going to be seeing some of the regions around Kyiv and hand out some food there and talk to a few people. A lot of my understanding of it, clearly, like there's conversations happening regularly between Sergei and Piotrek and Andrew and Radek, and I get a sort of summary at the end and ask for my opinion. So the translation's tricky, but a lot of the food is going to stay in the bunker, and then in a few days' time, an army truck is going to come along, pick up that food and take it all the way across the country to the east to Donbass, where the soldiers need it, basically, where all the fighting is. So I think that's wonderful. Very, very pleased that we're going to be supporting that. So I have a rough idea of how today is going to go. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But today is the day of handing out things and helping people, and then tomorrow we're just going to head back.
Go to the people who need the help, yeah? Not to They will go to the... Okay. Come down.
Dawajcie, bo teraz...
Sergei, what is this?
This building is school number 25, Central School of Zhytomir. At 8 o'clock it will be was destroyed. Russian soldiers.
So Sergei's children went to this school, and the school was destroyed. Sergei, can you, without crashing the van, could you tell us about yourself?
My name is Sergey. I'm 38 years old. I live in Zhytomir, Ukraine, and got two daughters. The first one is older one is 14, and other is 9 years.
And you have 3 shops?
I got 3 shops. Now it's working only one.
And how do you know Piotrek, and how have you been involved in helping people?
Piotr, we got both friends, yeah,
Yeah.
and we know each other with him.
Okay. And you know the mayor of Zhytomir?
I know Mayor Zhytomir, I know governor, I know chief of the police. It is all my friends. Yeah, that's why I knew the situation in the Zhytomir, and we can help everybody who needs help.
So they found out today that their house has been destroyed. I can't even imagine.
Вот это вот видео, это то, что...
Покажу.
The house is destroyed.
I'm sorry about their house. We can't help, but I can give them money to help a little bit.
Ну, говорит, что мы можем вам чуть-чуть помочь, и так плохо, что так случилось, мы вам можем немножко помочь деньгами, чтобы вам было немножко легче оплатить услуги вот эти коммунальные.
So this is $300 American from England.
От Англии вам $30. Спасибо. Now we're going the Makarov and the Borodyanka city, the first city that was bombed.
The first one.
First one. Yeah.
Okay. We are now in Makarev, near Kyiv. This is one of the first towns to be hit. A lot of destroyed buildings here. This is Victor's house, which was bombed in the first week.
Yes.
The first week. 1st of March. Victor, I can't rebuild your house, but from the UK.
Он не может вам построить дом, но от Великобритании он хочет вам помочь.
We would like to help. This is for you and your family.
Для вас и для вашей семьи.
Two families live in here. The building next door was also hit, but they've cleared it.
Tak wygląda ruski mir, moi drodzy. Coś nie do opisania. Ruski mir.
Zjedź z ronda. Następnie skręć w prawo.
Дуже багато людей, які можна висвітлювати.
Not military, yes? Civilian. Ще там
Майдутер. О!
Just heading into Kyiv. Kyiv now.
Now we're going to the Chernigov city. It is the city is situated near Belarus.
And why are we going there?
We're going there because we need to help the poor people.
Okay.
Oh, das ist Limousine von Mercedes.
After 3 days on the road and not very much sleep, you start to lose track of why am I here? What am I doing? This is why I'm here. This is what I came to do. These people here in this village have been very deprived. They've had a lot of houses destroyed and they have not had any help whatsoever. One of the local guys we're with has taken us to this village. And I'm just delighted that we're able to help these people. But this could not happen without the support that I've had, the financial support from people back in the UK, and also some friends in America. So thank you very much. This is what your money has achieved. Thank you. At the time of filming, my Just Giving page has over 120 donations on it. If you are one of those 120 people, you have helped these people here. Many of them no longer have houses, but at least they will have something to eat tonight.
Може в басейні про що балакає. Ну я теж.
I'm sorry from the Russian.
She lost her house.
Yeah.
Yeah. This lady here lost her house because of the Russians. So this is $100. This is for you.
Present.
Yes, yes,
Tak.
yes, yes, yes,
Tak, to-
yes,
Nie,
yes,
nie,
yes,
nie.
yes,
Dobre.
Nie.
Macie problem?
Я так просто
Yes.
od duši.
Ona-
I know that your houses are kaput.
Я знаю, що ваші хати розбомблені.
So I
Я
have
знаю,
a
що
I have a gift for
він
you
хоче вам зробити такий подарунок.
from Great Britain, from my country.
Від цього, від Великобританії, від його страни, від його держави.
$100.
$100 для вас.
Спасибо вам
$100 для
велике.
вас.
Хай вам Бог дає здоров'я, і вас Бог береже, і ангели хранять. Де ви не повертаєтеся? І допомагайте нам. Ми вас
Дякуємо за
дуже
ваші
просимо.
добрі серця.
Ми остались без нічого.
What are they?
За ваші душі,
Thank
хай
you
Господь
very much.
хранить вас.
God bless you.
Показуйте,
and,
що ви дякуєте.
Хай Господь береже вас, хай Господь береже всю вашу
І вас, і
родину.
сім'ю,
I'm
всіх,
sorry.
і всіх. А ви
I understand that your house is gone.
Він розуміє, що ваш дом вже розбомблений.
Машина мін.
взорвалися.
Зірвалася.
So I have a small gift from the people from my country.
Він хоче вам зробити подарунок від його країни. Маленький такий подарунок.
$100.
$100. Це вам для цього.
Спасибо вам велике. Богу, спасибо.
Спасибо, спасибо вам велике.
From Zhytomir we went via Kyiv towards Chernihiv, and the village where we gave the food at was approximately there. And the Donbass region is in the eastern part of Ukraine over here.
Radio?
Auto już pod temacie, możecie szybciej troszkę jechać.
Andrew and Roman here had a tourism business before the war. Clearly that business has come to an end. Now Andrew here has been drafted for the reserves in the Ukrainian army. He has so that's a worry for Andrew. He also has a 4-month-old baby, so he has a lot on his plate. Roman here, who works with Andrew in the tourism business, he has spent the last few months, whenever a village has been destroyed or mortared or anything like that, he has been going around and physically helping the people to clean up. So I think for they're both fantastic people, and they definitely are going to get $100 each. So it's a small thing, but thank you, Roman.
Thank you.
Andrew.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's midnight.
Very nice.
Thank you. My Ukraine badge. It's midnight. We haven't had dinner yet, but we're here. It's a good day. We've obviously handed out a lot of food today. What's going to happen to all of this food and all of that stuff?
This stuff and this food, all of this food goes to the Donbass, to the military, Ukrainian military parts.
And you think about 2 weeks?
If
truck-
possible, maybe 10 days or
Maybe
2
10
weeks.
days.
2 weeks.
Fantastic. Good. That's great news, man.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for your cooperation.
That's been great.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been a very successful day. We went to this village near Chernihiv, and we handed over lots of food. Now the plan was that I was going to give $100 to people who deserved it, who lost their houses and so forth. But it just was not possible to give $100 to people because there would have been a riot. Everybody in the crowd was desperate. It was almost quite tense about who was going to get which bits of food. So I could not have handed over $100. In the end, we managed to quietly go around to see 4 people, so I handed over some $100. However, I've still got Richard. I've still got $1,900 in cash, which hasn't been used. Now, Sergey here is, I've come to understand, is doing amazing work in Ukraine. He's a successful businessman. He studied multiple degrees at university. He is switching his time between his business and helping people, as he spent the whole day with us. He was the man with the plan, and he's very compassionate. And what I've decided to do, I've decided to give the $1,900 to Sergey to use for the Ukrainian people. I have absolute confidence in his judgment that he will use this money wisely. So I'm sorry I didn't get to show on video handing out all the dollars, but I would like to assure you that Sergey here is the man. He is amazing. So Richard, special moment. Richard. So I've got $1,900 here, and I'm sure that you will do the right thing.
What do I need to do with this money?
What do you want to do with the money?
No, I don't need this money for me.
Not for you.
Yeah, we know.
For your work. When you help Ukraine, what would you, to help the people?
To help people,
What would you do?
first of all, I can help this medicine with poor people. That's the first of all. The second one, somebody maybe needs to repair this building. And the third thing, I think it is possible to
You don't have to decide now.
Yeah.
You don't have to decide now. Sergey
Maybe
is
third, help volunteers, help other people. Maybe
Hon-
that.
honestly, Sergey is the man. He is just this very, very, very special individual. I spent a lot of time with him over the past couple of days, and this is the right thing to do. I'm also giving 100 euros to you from me, so not from the money that's been raised, but from me personally. So that's
Just for my wife. You can give.
okay. Fine for Olga. 60.
It's just to you.
There we go. 110 euros. But the reason I'm doing that is because I don't want anybody watching this video to think that, oh, the money that's been raised, I'll just give it to someone. I trust this man. I have confidence in this man, and I want the money to stay in Ukraine, and I'm using my own money because these are good people. So Sergey, put it there, pal.
Thank you for your helping, for your cooperation. Thank you for from all Ukrainians to you. Thank you, great vision.
You are the best.
Yeah.
You are the best, and you are the best.
Before heading off, I just thought it would be a good thing to get a few thoughts onto camera about my time here and what I've seen and noticed. I think one of the things that has struck me was just how normal the country has seemed most of the time. Most of the time, it's just like any other European country. And then you come across an apartment block that's been destroyed, or a series of buildings, or a warehouse, or a petrol station. Or you come across a military checkpoint that's bristling with soldiers, and the spiky barriers to stop tanks and things like that. So, I'm very tired. I'm not really coming across clearly. Yesterday was a wonderful day, handing out the food to people. It was also a desperate day because these people had nothing. You know, we were shifting the food out as quickly as we could, but the queue was getting a little bit desperate as the supplies in the two vans started to get a bit lower. The original plan was to take the vans to 3 villages. We had 3 villages that we were going to go to, but after going to the first village and seeing the need and the desperation, there was just no way we could say, nope, we're finished for this village and take the next load and move on. It just was not going to happen. That could even have been a dangerous situation. Well, not dangerous, but it just would have got ugly, and that's not what this is about. This is about trying to make people happy and see the best in people, not the worst. I've been privileged to do this journey with some amazing people. From Piotrek, who has, I think he has 120 employees, and goodness knows how many trucks. He's a really, really successful person who does a lot of different things, and he's given up his time and energy to do this trip, and there will be other trips, I'm sure. The guy's a machine. He's personally evacuated something like 250 people from Ukraine in his bus. He took a proper Arctic truck of 10 tons of medical supplies pretty much as soon as the war broke out. But the man is amazing. And then you have Sergey, who used to own 12 shops. He now owns 3, and he's just trying to keep those three shops alive while the war is going, which is a major challenge. And he's got 2 children and his wife and his apartment to run, and he's got a busy life. But he gives up his time to do a lot of humanitarian work, and he is an amazing person. And then I also spent time with Andrew and Roman, who ran a travel business together, tourism business. And of course that business, that's not functioning anymore. And yet these people are still upbeat, they're still doing things, they're still trying to help their country. It has been the privilege of my life to do this. I'm so glad to have been part of this endeavour. It's so much bigger than the money that was raised back home. We've got, I don't know, 10 or 15 key people that have been part of this in all sorts of different ways that I couldn't go into, but it's been the most incredible team effort. And and it's been a success, which I'm very pleased to say. Obviously, I'm looking forward to getting back to my wife and children. There is a certain amount of guilt about that because I'm leaving behind this whole country. They can't go anywhere. Their husbands and fathers can't leave the country. So I've come up here, given them a bit of moral support, some small amount of supplies, and now I'm basically heading away. And there is some guilt that comes with that. But equally, I have my responsibilities to get back home. I miss my wife and children, and that's where I need to go and to be. But my heart will also be here.
Sergey, goodbye.
Sergey, bye, my friend.
Goodbye. You're my native friend today.
Yeah, we're friends.
Yeah,
we're friends. Piotrek is always giving people things. Somebody needs something, Piotrek gives something. He's just given that lady, I don't know what it is, but he's helping everybody. So Piotrek, that lady that was an insulin pump you gave her?
Yeah.
They stole her insulin pump.
Yeah.
This is what Piotrek does. And in the blink of an eye, a mere 13 hours has passed for you. For me, the day was less instantaneous. We had a very difficult journey. Long story short, we got to the border and it was shut. But literally, the border's shut for some sort of computer area. So we drove to another border crossing and that's also shut. It's now 1:15 in the morning. We found a hotel near the border, which is also full. So we are sleeping in the sauna. So this is us at the end of the day it's very hot in here actually, a traditional wooden sauna building. There we go. An actual sauna. Genuine spa. Some sort of spa place we're here. This. That's toasty. That is raging hot. I'm now back in Poland and it's all done. We have finished. Seems incredible that we've actually done it, but there we go. We were all very, very satisfied to have successfully carried this out. But when I said goodbye to Radek and Piotrek, it wasn't the situation where you're doing the big high fives and the hugs and the cheering and all that sort of stuff, because I think we all know that our friends back in Ukraine, they're carrying on. They still have to live their lives. They still have to continue the struggle. So it would have been deeply inappropriate to have a sort of yay, big, massive moment, because that's not how it was. But it was. I think we're all very happy to have been working together on this mission. The fact that everybody on the mission was a volunteer was very, very important, because all of us had just that extra level of patience and understanding and wanting to do the right thing. We're all there for the right reasons. Nobody's there to get anything financial out of it. Quite the opposite, in fact. We all spent a lot of our own money and time and resources. And when you know that you're part of that, it's just wonderful to be in a team like that. I would say life-changing. Some of you may be thinking, why did I want to do this? Why would a teacher, a father from Farnham want to be involved in this? I think it's a very easy one to respond. Just why not? You know, in my daily job as a teacher, if I saw bullying happening on the playground, you would expect me to step in and do something immediately. This is exactly the same situation. There is a right and there is a wrong, and you understand. You get it. Obviously, you get it. I've done what I can. Yeah, when I was preparing for this mission back in England, it was my understanding that I would be the financial sponsor for everything, and then the Polish people would provide the vehicles. but effectively I'd be paying for all the contents of the vehicles and all of the fuel. That's not been the case. The third van was filled entirely by the local Polish community from Gliwice. The whole van was filled with their supplies. It was a very valuable load. Piotrek supplied one van. Radek supplied his own, actually very expensive, high quality van, which has taken a pounding, unfortunately, in Ukraine, but he didn't complain once. Not once did Radek complain about that. Zhytomir supplied a van to take to Ukraine, and then we met Andrew on the other side and we loaded stuff into his van. I suppose what I'm saying is that I was one part of a much bigger collaborative effort. And actually that was fine. Nobody on the team ever put their foot down and said, you know what, this must happen, this is my decision, you must take this there. It was always a discussion. And when you know that everybody they're just trying their best to help, everybody wants to help, then we all have confidence in each other that the right decisions will be taken along the way. And I think they did. They were taken. The right decisions were taken in the right way. And it was just wonderful to be part of that. There were no egos. People just wanted to help. While I was in Ukraine, money was still coming in on the Just Giving page. And I physically couldn't spend all of the dollars by giving money, as I explained earlier, to people, because it would have led to conflict, unfortunately. So there is some money left over. That money will be used. Tomek is already thinking about going to Ukraine for the first time. He's going to go with Piotrek and deliver some food in a few weeks' time. So any money left over, and I need to do the accounts and so forth, but it might be £800 or something like that. Any money left over will be spent on the next convoy for food and medical supplies. So your money, as you thought it was going to be spent for food and medical supplies, will indeed be spent on that, but just in the next mission. And I'm sure Tomek will send me some videos of what actually takes place, and I will then collate those videos and upload those on this channel in the coming weeks. Sergey is a I love that guy. He's wonderful. So he's got the $1,900 in cash, and he is going to be sending me videos about how he spends that money and who he helps. And once again, I will also upload those videos to a future video on this channel. So if you're interested and you want to know how your money has been spent, then just come back to this channel in however many weeks it is, and I'll upload that video, those videos there. Piotrek is already, as I said, he's already planning his next effort in the Ukraine. The latest thing, and this is just one amongst many others, is that there are 11 used cars which are being donated by somewhere in France. So he's going to send a car transporter to France, collect the cars. They will be driven back to Poland. Long story short, they will make their way to the Donbass, and those cars will be used for all sorts of reasons in the Donbass. I think they've got a lifespan of about 4 or 5 days by the time they actually get to the front line. But they are sorely needed, so Piotrek's working hard on that. I suppose what I'm driving at is that if you're looking at this video and you're thinking, do you know what, I've got some money and I want to be part of something really important. I know there's loads of stuff coming up. And if you've got a decent bit of money, a few £1,000s, and you want to say, do you know what, I want to be part of that food convoy, or I want to pay for the fuel for the car transporter, which will take those cars, or if I want to, I can put you in touch with Piotrek, or indeed Sergey in Ukraine, direct contact with Sergey. He's got all sorts of things going on. Then that would be great. If you're that person, just let me know. Equally, there is an ambulance. I suppose this is the easiest one. There is an armoured ex-army ambulance in France, which needs to be driven up to the Ukrainian border, and it will then be taken again to the Donbass. So maybe you're sitting at home and you're thinking, do you know what, I want a life-changing experience. I want to be part of something bigger than myself. I could drive that ambulance. I could do that. Then just get in touch with me, and you could find yourself driving an ambulance across Europe in about a week's time. This is not the things that are going on right now are not things that might happen or could happen. They will happen. Piotrek is working his socks off all the time. I have no idea how his company is surviving, but his heart is in Ukraine and he's always working on this. So yeah, who knows? Just get in touch with me. I can put you in touch with Piotrek, and you could soon be driving an ambulance. I'm going to stop waffling now. I've been waffling for a long time. I hope you agree that I've tried my best at every point to spend your money wisely and appropriately. And thank you so much for your support. And it is definitely time for me to head back to my family and children. So here we go.
Cool. That's nice.
The flight was delayed because the runway at Luton has melted. We've now taken off. We've just been told that Luton's closed again, so we're going back to Poland. We're back in Poland and the flight's been officially cancelled. It's total carnage here. Nobody knows what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Don't know. Oh, it's enough now. It's enough. Come on. Just missed the bus.